Welcome back to Rain Rises, hosted by the E.G.G, Southeast Texas's insiders on the residents of... Previously on Rain Rises.
This thing is so gross looking. Maybe someone will want it. No damn mind. Maybe Elizabeth? That old coat has more books than the town's library at this point.
Esther, dear, you must calm down. What do you mean this book is haunted? Dear, please tell your daughter that she's speaking nonsense.
Yes, something broke in and messed up the back room. Busted the locks and all. Nothing is missing, though.
Stella, you know I love you, I do. And I believe you. You're not the kind of person to lie about this, but seriously, you're overthinking it. It's nearly October. Maybe the spooky season is just catching up.
I'm going. If you won't believe me, then I won't give a damn anymore.
Stella, wait, I believe...
Enjoy today's episode.
The gunshot rang out, piercing into her ears, and Esther looked up, all around, trying to find where the noise ricocheting in her mind was coming from. The beast was no longer there, a bullet shell she couldn't pinpoint, dropping onto grass. Billowing black smog whispering away along the fading growls, too close to her ears for comfort. Her mind ran through many ideas and flashed through to an approaching end. Esther, in her throes of trying to figure out the answer to everything that had befallen her. An approaching silhouette of a person that she couldn't decipher the identity of was coming through the mists.
Lassie?
A voice groaned, old and worn with use and age. A familiar tone that felt warm against her cold, damp skin. Uncle Richard, her father's best friend, and the man who taught her to aim a .20 gauge and how to hide a body. An eccentric fellow, but a welcome sight.
Uncle Richard.
Get up, Esther. Let's go inside.
Yeah.
Esther tried to push herself up, groaning. The only conclusion she could draw between the dull aching and shooting pains is that she had twisted something in the chase. Richard, noticing her struggle and the pain shining between her furrowed brow and teary eyes, slung his gun back over his shoulder and went to help, kneeling.
Damn, kid, you've grown.
I suppose.
Richard helped her through the fields, the storm slowing to a disappointing drizzle, washing away the pain and horror of the mere minutes that had passed. As they walked, an unsteady silence fell between the two, broken only by Esther's whispers.
Uncle Richard, how do you know about that thing?
Well... let me grab you and myself a drink first.
The older man pushed open the door, helping Esther inside and kicking back to shut the door. He guides her into the kitchen, letting the young woman settle herself onto the chair.
So...
Her eyes are pulled from their downcast position to scrape across the wood and find their place to gaze outside the window.
Yeah, I suspect you're a-wondering.
Richard moves from the cabinets, many of which messy and half-broken. He seems to be looking for something. Sidetracked from his original mission of finding something to drink for the two of them. Eventually, he finds it with a small aha and turns around. A wrap bandage.
I'm okay, Uncle Richard, I promise.
He tosses the bundle to her, then began rummaging around again, eventually finding 2 water bottles. Walking over to the table, setting his gun against the old wood, he sat down across from Esther and passed her the bottle.
That monster. I've seen it before, back in my younger years.
Really? Was it like a beast or a mutation?
Nah, came after some book.
Esther swallowed, pressing her lips together. That was the answer she had been dreading.
I reckon you have it now.
Yes, sir.
I see. My brother, his daughter, had it before. Dug the damn thing up, I think. Fact it's in your hands now means something damn bad.
His voice was surprisingly serious. Of course, the subject matter begged it. But Esther remembered him always so playful and half always drunk. His somber face, along with the sullen weather, was an unusual and uncomfortable truth to be confronted with. What had he seen?
How did she get rid of it?
She didn't. Died to the same thing that was chasing you. Reason I recognized it.
It could have come for me at any other time today. Why now?
No clue. Have a feeling it's 'cause you were alone. Unfortunate for the damn thing I was here, huh? My niece wasn't so lucky.
That makes sense, I guess. Wait, no it doesn't. Thought I'd get water.
Thought wrong. Many things will be so from here on out. Thought some liquid courage would do you some good and wore you up.
Yeah, thanks. But Uncle Richard, how do you know about the book?
Saw it once. That ugly thing took a shovel to it and tossed it as far as I could. That was some 5 years ago now.
Is that why Katie never came by again?
The very same. But Esther, I don't plan on letting that happen to you.
Esther? Esther?
Your ride's here. We'll talk more another time. Take the drink or leave it. Your call. Come here if you need another safe spot. That thing won't stop till you're dead, one way or another.
Esther nods, grimacing as she stood, picking up the bandages. In her head, she debated on not wrapping the foot, but the sharp pain up her leg made that decision for her swiftly.
Ari,
Esther!
Ari stood right at the door and brought Esther into a hug, whose brown eyes widened in quiet surprise.
Ari, why are you by the door? What's wrong?
I saw your bag tossed down by the road and got worried and you look like shit. Are you okay? What happened?
I'll fill you in.
Her gaze went from her rightfully concerned friend to the bandages in her hand, and then to her bag hung over Ari's shoulder. A smile graces her tired face.
Come on, let's go.
Well, okay. If you say so. Dude, I was so worried about you. I was convinced you were gonna...
Uncle Richard helped me, and that about wraps up what happened.
I see. Well, I guess I should stay with you tonight then?
Really? Oh, please do. My parents won't be here tonight, as they are working late tonight. I'd rather not die so easy. I don't even know where the guns are kept. And then she said...
Morning came faster than Esther would have anticipated, and the leather-bound book was nowhere in sight. At least not initially. She caught it in the corner of her eye on the windowsill behind her curtains.
Guess I forgot to turn off my work thing. Sorry, Ari.
She looked up, expecting to meet the eyes of her best friend, but she was instead greeted with an otherwise empty room. Her blood chilled.
Fuck. Ari.
She picked up her phone and called, noticing a note, only to hear the pop song ringtone from under the bed.
Fuck. She left it?
She stands still, a bit weak from the day before, and reads the note. Ari's handwriting, stating that she'd be back soon, and that she couldn't find her phone before leaving, and requesting Esther look for it if she was up.
I love her, but damn. I can't believe she just leave when I asked her not to. What if that thing comes? Huh?
Before her was the deathly beast, its fur shifting as shadows and the shape hard to pinpoint, especially from the close proximity. Its breath smelled of death, and the large teeth were clean. Slowly it opened its mouth.
Shit.
It was quick and huge, but it contorted its emaciated body to fit through the doorway regardless. Permanent rot breaking into its visage and causing Esther's eyes to water, her heart to pump. Esther had thrown herself to the ground, and the beast nearly hit the wall that was behind her a second ago as she scrambled upwards, racing out of the room. The second time in 2 days.
Fucking hell.
And that damn book couldn't even stay away, causing her arms to grow heavy. And before her, faster than Esther could ever be, was the creature. Between her and the door, between at least a fair shot of keeping flesh to bone. Esther looked back to the door. It was too far to run and open, considering how the door swung inwards and was likely locked. Sweat dripped down her face. Her adrenaline was screeching at her to make a move. Any. How many seconds could she afford to think? Then she remembered what her uncle had said about the thing. It wants the book.
Hey! Go fucking... get it!
The beast breaks eye contact with her as the book is tossed, breaking the window and granting the slimmest chance of survival. Ari had no keys after all. Esther ran past, narrowly missing a bite from the beast as the book returned to her arms. The breath was warm, the presence sinister. The teeth were sharp enough that Esther was sure she was cut regardless. Esther was once more met with the familiarness of the cold air as she broke through the front door, knocking the hinges as she stumbled out. Ari had to be home soon. Her feet met gravel once again, nearly causing her to slide. But as the accursed sounds grew louder and her heart beat through her chest, light shone in her eyes. Ari.
Ari!
She continued to run, the sounds disappearing behind her, as she ran into the arms of her best friend, beginning to sniffle.
Ari, fuck, I'm sorry. I thought, please, I'm not.
Not crazy. Yeah,
Fading. Thin lines of a black smog billowing and dissipating into the open, humid air draw her eyes upward. She had seen the beast wolf, whatever it was, and now it was gone, like a waking nightmare. Has Esther been dealing with this the past couple of days?
I'm so sorry for leaving. I wasn't taking you seriously.
Ari, it's fine. Now you know.
What if you died? I was just trying to find some news on that damn book to see if it'd ease your mind, but I come back and some disgusting beast is trying to maul you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm fine. It's fine. It's...
How sweet. You two done, or can we head inside now? It's best to rest that ankle.
Rain rises. Transmission ended.